Welcome back, Shop Rats. Today we're back on the 26 Oakland, moving forward on some things that need to be taken care of, like starting to get this rear wheel stripped down and get it ready to varnish like we did the front ones, making the tool for the rear wheel on the passenger side so that we can attempt to pull it off again. Well, we just got stuff. So, you could stick around, you could watch the show intro and meet me on the other side. I'm Mike. This is my car shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
It is definitely one of my least favorite days to be out here in the shop. I hate being out here when it's this windy, but lately time has been a premium. Dad had time today. I had time today. So we're getting together and gonna get after it and see what we can do to move forward on this car. So he's on his way here and I've got a little more rearranging to do and get this car scooted out. And well, like I said, we've just got stuff and we'll be right back and we'll be right into this project. All right, once again, I didn't bother showing you because we've made this twice before for you. We made this tool. This is the insert that goes inside there. It's all welded to that galvanized, which is fun, but that should work. And we'll just get that tool on there and get some pressure on it, see if we can break that wheel loose off of that hub on that side. Dad's here. He's getting suited up to go ahead and start cleaning, sanding, I should say. This wheel, get all that old crappy paint off of there and so forth, so he looks like he's all set for battle. Dad's working on the thankless job of stripping those down. Got two of them booking along pretty good. Probably showed you guys enough of this whole process, but we have a lot of new viewers here too, so if you've not seen that, go back and scroll through this Oakland series and you'll find much endless sanding.
Yes. Getting this orange stuff off of there is the challenge. And you can see how well, it's almost sort of gummy.
Yeah.
It screws up the sandpaper.
It's old lead paint, I'm pretty sure, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't dare do this without a mask. I figured there's lead in this.
Right. And you can see the old green underneath.
Yep.
Matches the color of the car.
Yep.
Oh, did you notice that I gave it a bath?
Oh yeah. No, I did not notice it. Not until I see it. I pay attention. Yeah, it's good.
So the plan here is we've got the tool put on there, everything's tightened down. This has got a lot of preload on it. And we're just going to leave it. The nut is on the inside, so in case the wheel does come loose, it's not going to fall off. And every so often, I'm just going to come out here and do this. We'll see. Hopefully, eventually, that will just pop loose with that steady pressure on it. We'll be able to drive it around. We don't have to worry about the wheel falling off because that's like that. So hopefully, with that added pressure, that wheel will eventually pop loose. So the next little project for me is the original license plate, 1926, that was on the car when Grandpa got it, brand new. We're gonna register this plate for the car, but it's obviously needs some work. So I wanna go ahead and get this sandblasted up and get ready to shoot some paint on there. We'll get this restored a little bit and then it'll be that much further along. I gotta look it up, but I believe the original plate was black with white letters. See, we got it sandblasted down, just the loose scale is gone. I didn't care about getting it perfect. Backside, I'm just going to go ahead and wire brush off a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and put rust converter on this. I think I want to run the DA over the surface of the numbers and the letters first, just to kind of smooth those down a little bit extra. So we'll do that real quick with some, not real rough sandpaper, but just something just to take a little more off of that. Treat it or not. Alright, she's shot with rust treatment, just letting it dry there in the blast furnace, and then we'll go ahead and get some primer on it. And he continues the process of scrape, scrape, scrape. What do you got, about 3 or 4 done on the other side now?
There's 12, so I'm doing them in increments of 4.
Okay.
Just so it feels like progress. And
Right.
there's some like mud and dirt on the back of these, so
Okay.
use a putty knife to scrape some of that
I've
off.
got a small wire brusher on that, dig up too, so get in there and clean.
Bonus is I see that's chipping some of the paint off too.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's actually making it a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Usually you discover that stuff on the last 2 spokes on the last wheel.
Well, the more that I get off, the less clogging it will do on the
Right.
paper, because it really does clog that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, this must be the 80 grit. I think this is the 46 grit, so
Oh,
that's probably better. This would be a little more abrasive for a first grab, but you want to be careful on the wood.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And you try to do it as much with the grain as you can,
right.
instead of cross it.
Right. There, Bill. That dried pretty quick, so we can go ahead and hit that with the self-etching primer now. Sprayer is kind of garbage on this thing. It's got spots everywhere. I'm gonna see if I can get a different tip. While that's drying, I'll get a different top. Okay, so that side's dry. Enough. Get some primer on this side. I got a different, hopefully this one works better, different nozzle now. Much better. Okay, put it back over in the bake furnace and let her dry. Looks good. Happy with that. We'll let that dry thoroughly. And then I need to decide if I'm gonna shoot it with the black first and then paint the white, or shoot it with the white and then paint the black, or what way do I want to mask? I don't know. We just got decisions to make. So I think what makes sense is to paint the whole plate white and then go through and just mask off all the numbers and letters. Probably can just sit in the house and watch TV and do that, and then shoot it with the black, and then we'll just clear coat the whole thing with a satin clear. And that should, I think that makes sense. That's probably what I'll do. I thought about a hard rubber roller, painting it black and then rolling it with white, but I don't think it'll be hard to mask that off once it's painted white. Dad has an opinion, I can tell.
was wondering if there was some way to use like contact paper
Mm-hmm.
and to press that on there, or press it from behind so that you can. Oh. When we were kids, how did we do that? Used a pencil. When we were kids, we used a pencil, and maybe you could just put like newsprint light paper over it.
Yep.
Take a pencil and rub it like that, and then cut that out, and then use it as a pattern on contact paper. Stick the contact paper over this, and then spray it.
It's probably would be quicker than sitting there with fine line tape trying to do all that.
Yeah. Could try it on one number and see.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Contact paper or even masking tape. I've got the wide 3-inch masking tape, so we'd have to do it one letter at a time, but
Yeah, well, you have to anyway.
Yeah. a masking, probably painter's masking would be better because it wouldn't be as sticky.
Yeah,
Rather
blue
than
tape.
peeling paint off, you know.
Yeah, the blue stuff.
Yep. Or the yellow, either one, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never worked with that.
Yeah, I think the yellow is a little less sticky than the blue.
Oh, okay. That'd be better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Does it need to be painted? You know, there's a bevel here,
Right.
like, here.
Right.
It was okay to touch it, I guess. There's a bevel here. Does that need to be painted?
No, I think what they did from the factory was they had those in a machine,
Okay.
and they just had a roller that went over the high spot.
So just the flat
Right.
surface, not the.
Right.
Okay.
Even if it did have to be, it wouldn't be that big a deal to go back and touch it up. But quite frankly, who's going to know? I mean, the main thing is you need to be able to read it.
Yeah.
And it needs to look respectable. It doesn't
Right.
have to look perfect. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the idea of tracing it out and then doing it on masking tape. Or for that matter, you could just lay a piece of tape over that and just use an X-Acto knife.
Yeah.
So we have options.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this painted white, let that dry, and that'll have to dry for a couple of days before we can start doing the masking on here, so we don't peel that off. But we'll paint white, mask, and then do satin black, and then maybe when all is done, we'll shoot that with a satin clear coat or something. One more coat and we should be in good shape here. I'll be able to flood it on there pretty good now. Good. So the first coat I call a glue coat. Put it on fairly light. And then of course it's a flat surface. I'm not worried about it running so much. So I put it on there really heavy. We're going to let it skim over here now like this when it's flat. And then after it tacks up and dries, we'll go stick it back in the furnace and bake it on there. But that way it kind of fills in a little of the rust pits and stuff like that. And good heavy coat. It's going to look nice. If I was to tip this up right now, it would start running everywhere. If you look on the can here, it says in the fine print that they mix this with 3 runs per can, so you have to be very careful where you use it.
Plate is tacked up enough now that we've got it into our little oven here and ready to bake it. Unfortunately, I had a dirty thumb and I put a small mark in it, but we'll take care of that. No big deal. Been running around here doing a bunch of other things while waiting on this to dry, so now that it's in there, I can really move on to other things. So I'm going to try a little experiment here and just squirt some super clean on this and let it soak for a little bit and see just how well it cleans that up. I'm very curious. So there's our before shot. That's a fairly significant improvement, but I'm not happy with that, so we're going to do something else. The Super Clean itself did a great job, but I think we can do better, so let's see what we can do. Go over this with a little double-aught steel wool, then we'll hit it with the Super Clean again. We will eventually machine buff these, but in the meantime, we're going to hit it with a little of this, just to give it a little bit more spit. Well, it's starting to improve. We got a little glue to get off of here from the duct tape that we covered the headlights with. So I'll get some solvents to take care of that, and then we'll give it one more polish. Rinse and repeat on this side, and looks good. Needs more. It's got a haze. Really needs to be machine polished, but it looks good. The grill, I don't think it's stainless. I think it's chrome because we got some pitting and peeling here, and it looks like maybe Grandpa put some silver paint on there to try to hide that. Probably when he repainted the car. But overall, the chrome's not bad, at least up in some of the visible areas. I polished a little, it means a lot more. We'll do some machine polishing again. I may just get some applicators for the drill to work that in there better, but so what I wanted to do was just see what kind of shape this stuff is in. Let's go check on Dad and see how he's doing.
We'll need to flip this over, get the abrasive part on the top in order to get
Oh, okay.
to go underneath there, so I'm not getting all that orange out of there right now. But I'll do the top.
Right. We're
Parts
getting
first.
close to being out of time today anyway, so.
Yeah. So,
Looking good. I don't know what happened. Had an accident and the other wheel fell off.
looks to me like two rear tires.
Yeah, we got them both
Rear
off.
wheels.
I just kept whittling away at it, going over, pounding on it every once in a while, turn the wrench a little bit more. And I thought, I'm going to give it one more shot. And I for sure I was going to strip the threads out on the tool because I was getting, aggressive. But all of a sudden it went pop. And I thought, well, I either stripped it or it's loose. And I pulled on it and the tool was solid. And so it's off.
It's off. All
Yep.
right.
So I guess the steady thing is if you're doing that, steady pressure and just leave it alone for a while, whack it with a hammer once in a while. And I expected that to do over days, but
Yeah.
every time I went over there, the bolt would turn just a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
So I just kept going, and yeah, cool. I wish that I had the camera going, but you guys have seen what it did before on the episode. We got them off last time, so
Yeah. So that was about 4 hours.
4 hours. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna have to drive it around and everything. So
Yeah.
oh, that's a relief. Now you got more work.
I was just going to say, oh no, more spokes.
That is a relief. So it's off. So we're going to think long term about what we're going to do for a tool for service and maintenance. And I think I'll ask on some of the forums that I'm on. But if you guys have any ideas, drop some comments. Maybe we'll just make another one of those tools. I don't know. I'd like to take one of those wheels and just get a tool machined out of hardened steel. But I think that would be quite costly. So, I don't know. But one step at a time. Main thing is the stuck wheel is off. Well, she's back in her hole. Dad will be back out again. And we will get that another wheel done. The headlights look great. I did a little buffing and cleaning on the grill, but not a lot. But progress. You can see that wheel there. So we got 3 3/4, I guess, done on those spokes. Well, I'm bushed. That'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do that. Hit the bell so you receive those notifications. We're on the Face thing. Instagram loves us. /MyCarShop. And don't forget, it's important.